two trades at the same time, and I rarely ever do this. And I'll tell you why in a second, but what I did was take a short on oil and then I took a long on gold. And what it boils down to is one thing: war headlines inversing these two markets. Gold and indices have relatively been moving in the same direction, whereas oil has been moving in the opposite of those. Now, fair warning that these reactions don't always work out, but because we did see a huge reaction in the pre-markets based off of this tweet from Trump, this is why I ended up looking for these setups and they worked out at the same time. If we look at my TraderVate chart here, we can see that I entered at 90.01 and got out at 88.41 for oil. And then for gold, I ended up going in with 6 contracts on micros. So my first entry was at 44.36, adding 3 more contracts was at 44.42, and I got out at 44.90. What I'm showing you guys in TradingView is exactly those entry points and how I ended up managing my risk here. So let's go ahead and look at oil. So we can see this massive sell-off candle that we had during pre-market based off that tweet from Trump. We started to see a bit of a rejection. So look, when I was looking for these two setups, I wasn't necessarily happy with my entry, but I did like the setup. I personally would have liked to have gone short a little bit higher, but when I jumped in, I ended up going in at 90.01, and I was looking to potentially come down to this previous support, 86.30 and lower. However, we didn't get there. So what I do, especially managing two positions, I'm happy with taking base hits, my first target or second target. So I moved my stop loss once I saw candles pushing back down below 88.76, and I ended up getting stopped out at 88.40. And then we can see that price came back up to my entry point. And some of you guys may be asking, why didn't you just leave your stop loss where it was? Well, what if I had my take profit all the way down here to my bigger target and we never got there? What happens if price comes up to my stop loss and takes me out? This is why I need to make sure I'm managing my positions, taking what I can, and being happy with that. So let's go ahead and take a look at what happened. And actually, we broke right through my second target, came down to the next target. However, we did not come down to 84.37. And if we look back, look, price came all the way back up past my stop loss. And again, when I see this happen, I'm glad I took what I can get.